Most of YouTubers, they do Unity ads in visual scripting only this way. It can be done with nodes of advertisement, with Ad Initialize, load odd and show odd. But this way, you cannot know when the odd is finished, initialized or loaded. Or don't know exactly when in video odd is finished to give reward to player. So we're going to combine C# and visual scripting to do it in this video. It is very easy, even you don't need to know how to code C#. And this is the result after you finished. You can preload odd at the first scene. Then you can show odd in any scene you want, at any time. After a rewarded odd is closed, player receives the reward. Let's set up from a new project. Switch to Android or iOS platform. Set screen as portrait or landscape. Next, let's check our plugins before use. Make sure you update visual scripting to the newest version. The newest version here is 1.9.1. Next, let's install plugin for Unity ads. Search for advertisement. Select it and install. The current version is too old. To update it to a newer version, enter com.unity.ads and version. Then click Add. Or you can check its version in Project Settings, Services, Ads. Select your existed project ID, or create new ID to use Unity ads. Then select Link Project ID. It will load your Android and iOS game ID for ads automatically. Always turn off test mode. And you can see the latest version of Unity ads is 4.4.2. Let's install it. Create an UI button. Name it Button Initial to initialize ads. Remember to set canvas size scale. This will fix UI positions in bigger screens. Set button size bigger. Copy it to create another button. Name it Button Load Odd to load odd after initialization. Create Button Show Odd too. We use only 3 these buttons. But if you want, you can create button, check is initialized, and check odd loaded. Create an empty object. Name it Odd Manager. Create new visual scripting script. Open it. Let's use on pointer down to get button click event. First, add button initial. Print out a message if button is clicked. Copy to do the same for button load odd and button show odd. Do the same for other buttons you have. Press play to test these buttons. Button initial has worked. All other buttons worked as well. Most of YouTubers, they do Unity ads in visual scripting only this way. It can be done with nodes of advertisement, with Ad Initialize, load odd and show odd. But this way, you cannot know when the odd is finished, initialized or loaded. Or don't know exactly when in video odd is finished to give reward to player. So we're going to combine C# and visual scripting to do it in this video. It is very easy, even you don't need to know how to code C#. Let's find a sample of Unity ad script. You can Google or get it from the link under video. Here is the tutorial script directly from Unity. They have all tutorial of rewarded odd, banner and interstitial ads. Let's get started with initializing odd. First, let's create new C# script. Name it Unity Ads Manager. Add this C# script to our object, Ad Manager. Open C# script. First, let's copy first lines to add plugin Unity Ads to the script. Next line, add the listener. We check line by line and add it to our code. Now, these are variables of Android and iOS game ID you created in Unity Ads. As I mentioned, I always disable the test mode. We will initialize ads anytime we press the button, not at awake event. So just ignore awake and copy event initialize ads. Anytime we call this, it will auto get the game ID, depend on Android or iOS, and it will initialize to prepare ads. If initialize is completed, this event will be triggered. Or initialize is failed, it will trigger this event instead. We finished the C# script. It is easy, right? Just copy. Don't try to understand the code. Let's get back to Unity Editor. You need to fill these variables with Android and iOS game ID and Unity Ads. You can find them easily here. Next, to run C# events in visual scripting, we need to add this C# script into visual scripting node list. It's ready to use in visual scripting now. Let's open our Ad Manager. Let's initialize ads after pressing the button initial. After initialize ads finished, event on initial ads completed will be triggered. It has arrow input. It means it's not a on trigger in visual scripting. So we need to do something to convert it to a on trigger event. Open the downloaded folder, import this to your project. This will help to add on trigger from C# to visual scripting. Let's open our C# script again. First, let's add that plugin to our script using Unity Engine events. Next, add a public variable with type Unity event. Name it trigger on Ad Initialized. Let's copy this variable. Go to event on initialization complete. Then put this trigger here with invoke. Anytime this event is called in C#, This trigger will be called in visual scripting. Whenever you add new public variable or public events in C#, you have to refresh the node list to use it in visual scripting. Now, you can get the trigger when Initialize ads is finished. At output, add on Unity event node. Let's print out a message to tell that initialized ads successfully. Let's press play to see our result. Press button initial. It will call event initialize ads, and it will tell us when ad is initialized finished too. In some reasons, initialized ads will be failed. If it's failed, let's add a trigger to tell us about it. Do the same thing to add a trigger in visual scripting. We must refresh the node list too. In Ad Manager, let's add trigger on initialized ads failed. Print out a message to show it is failed. If it is failed, let's initialize ads again after 3 seconds. Now, we finished all events of initial ads. After initialized ads, you can load banner ad, reward or interstitial ads. Let's learn how to show rewarded ads in this video. First, let's create a new C# script. Name it Unity Ads Reward Ad. Add it to our object Ad Manager 2. Open the new C# script. We will do the same. Check line by line of single code and copy it to our script. Add plugin Unity Ads and listeners. Next, add variables. These variables, add unit ID of rewarded ad. The first variable is an input button. We don't need it. Awake event, it will auto-load add unit ID of Android or iOS at start. Remove the button event, we don't need it. What is Ad Unit ID of rewarded ad? It is placement ID in Unity Ads. On tab Monetization, select Ad Units. At first time, it will tell you set up mediation partner. If you see this, just select I plan to use mediation. Select Unity Level Play or Google AdMob, then click OK. It will show you all the ads you have currently. On Rewarded, select Placement. In this menu, you can see placement ID of reward ad in Android and iOS. Copy these placement ID, you need it in our script. Next, add event to load ad. If an ad is loaded, this event on Unity Ads Loaded will be triggered. Remove all button events, we don't need it. Next event is event to show ad. Remove the button event. After ad is showed, if player close it, on Unity Ads show complete trigger. You can give player an extra reward here, after he watched the reward ad. Next, if it's failed to load ad, this event will be triggered. Trigger of event on ad show failure. And triggers when ad show is started or clicked. We finished the C# script. Let's add it into visual scripting. Make sure you added the correct placement ID of rewarded odd. Open our Ad Manager. Add button load odd. Let's call event load a rewarded odd. It should work. You can test it. After odd is initialized, you can call load odd. A rewarded odd is loaded successfully. After odd is loaded, you can call show odd to show a reward video odd. Click button show odd. It works. A rewarded odd is showed. If you close the odd, you will get the reward. After player closed the odd, event on odd showed complete is triggered. As I mentioned, this event is worked in C# script only. We need to convert it to a trigger in visual scripting. You can open the previous C# script, copy using Unity Engine events to add the plugin on Unity event. Next, create a public variable with type Unity event. Let's name it trigger on reward odd complete. Copy it, and go to event on odd show complete. Put the trigger here, with invoke. Now it will work in visual scripting. Remember to refresh the node list. Open Ad Manager to add trigger on odd show complete. You can give player a reward now. Let's play it again. Initialize odd. Load odd. Then click show odd. When player close odd, you know exactly when player close it to give him a reward. When the game is started, we always do initialized and preload odd at home scene. But the scene player clicked to show odd always in another scene. Let's create another scene with name game scene. Double click to open game scene. There is only one button show odd in the scene. Delete all other buttons. Add home scene. Add button to go to game scene. And make sure you added all scenes in build settings. Press play now. In home scene, we have object Ad Manager to keep our ads that loaded. When you move to game scene, object Ad Manager has been destroyed and all loaded ads have gone too. If you press button show odd, nothing to show for sure. Even you add another Ad Manager object into game scene, it will double all Unity ads events and show 2 ads. like 2 banner ads at a time. So our resolution is, don't destroy object Ad Manager when moved to game scene. Let's open our script. To keep object Ad Manager not destroyed when moved to other scenes, we use DontDestroyOnLoad for Ad Manager object. When you press play and move to game scene, our Ad Manager is not destroyed and existed in game scene now. But button show odd is still now worked yet, even you loaded odd in first scene already. The reason is, button here is not the same in Ad Manager, so it didn't work. Let's create a new empty object in game scene, with any names you want. Add new visual scripting script. Open it. Use on pointer down to add click event for button show odd. If button show odd is clicked, let's do event show odd from Ad Manager object. Add this custom event into Ad Manager. This event will call show odd from Ad Manager. Press play to try it again. Initialize and preload odd at first scene. Then go to another scene. Click button show odd to show the loaded odd. It worked well now. And object Ad Manager will be kept in all scenes now. If you close the odd, player will receive the reward too. At game scene, let's create a button that can go back home scene as well. You go to the game scene. There is one object Ad Manager right now. Let's go back to home scene. There are 2 Ad Manager here, it should have one only. They will cause 2 reward ads, will be showed at the same time. To fix it, open the downloaded folder, import this. You can get some free macro to fix the duplicate issue of DontDestroyOnLoad. To use it, simply copy it, that's it. This event will add object in DontDestroyOnLoad and remove all duplicated objects in DontDestroyOnLoad. If you have Visual Scripting Plus, it will be inside macro, no macro. They are the same. Or you can see it in macro, Unity ads. Just copy and use it for banner, reward odd, and interstitial odd you need. Or you can see DontDestroyOnLoad event in macro AdMob too. After copy DontDestroyOnLoad event, replace old event DontDestroyOnLoad with the new one. Input object is this. It means Ad Manager object. All done. Press play to see our final result. Right now, there is only one object Ad Manager. Go to Game Scene. It still has only one, Ad Manager and DontDestroyOnLoad. Let's go back to Home Scene again. All duplicated objects of Ad Manager will be destroyed right away. You will never see the duplicate of Ad Manager since now. You can load ads and show it anytime in any scenes you want. Let's publish what we did today to an Android phone to see if it works. Set screen as Portrait. In Other Settings tab, enter any name you want here. Minimum API should be 23, and target API should be at least 33 for Google Play Store. Scripting backend, change to IL2CPP. Turn on ARM64. And mute other audio sources, always be on. In Publishing Settings, create your key store or add the existed one into. All is finished. You can press Build now. Unity Ads is simple to set up, easy to build, that's why I love it. You can download all the project free with link under video. After open, you can publish right away and test it on Android or iOS. You will have the result as my phone. If you have any questions, comment below. I will answer it right away. Please like and subscribe to support me to make more quality videos. Thank you for watching.